Ben.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to move your chat over.
Oh, wait. Y'all, we working on it. I'll have to do that other in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
No. That doesn't make it any bigger, does it?
No, it don't make the words no bigger.
Okay. Well, that's as big as it's going to get, I guess.
Now move that over. There we go.
Are we good?
If it was any better, I couldn't stand it.
Okay, so I was trying to read this on the computer, and I'm going, there ain't no way I can read that.
No.
But I forgot we've got a TV.
Yeah, we got the TV up here. All right.
So hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Tim and Sharon and Cindy and Cammie and Martin and Grandma and Maggie. Hello, Maggie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead, and y'all, it was taking us a little time. We both got brain fog.
That's not like Romper Room.
We need
what? I was sitting there calling those names off. I was like,
okay.
Don't mess with that.
Wait, no. Well, you're too far.
I'm fine.
No, you're almost out. We need to go.
Okay, hold on.
No, just move your chair.
Okay.
Just
okay.
Move over a little bit.
That means I gotta get closer to you.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
I can't stand us being sideways.
Okay. All right.
I'm a little OCD.
Little OCD on something.
It's still gonna look weird. Oh, some people's evening from a wet Gulf Coast, Janet. Yeah, we've had a good bit of rain this week. More than normal, but how much do we have altogether?
I don't know how much altogether. One day we had 2 3/8. One day we had 1 inch and 7/8, and then one day we had 2 1/2. So I mean, we're around 5 or 6 inches altogether somewhere. If I hadn't added it all up yet, but.
Hello, Taylor's Homestead.
Let's see.
Oh,
Man. Oh.
Montana's hot. Rodney from Pecan. Oh, a lot of people popping in. So
yeah.
You may have to. Where's your glasses? You didn't bring them.
I didn't bring no glasses.
You probably don't need them up close.
No,
anyway.
I don't need them up close. I see it fine.
Okay.
I mean, it looks fine to me.
So now Danny got new glasses a couple of days ago, and he's adjusting to that.
Sienna Holmes says, Danny, can you dance for us tonight as a Mother's Day present?
Come on.
I mean, why would they say that?
I don't know. Why would they ask things like that, y'all?
Did you put something up that I'm not aware of? Has she put something up? Huh? Huh? Okay. Wanda has done something that I am totally not aware of.
All right. God's Desire said she received my Pecan Grove Baron Son knife today. Thank you so much. I hope everybody gets theirs.
Everybody does.
They do great. Oh, y'all, I got to clean my eyes.
Vicky said, are your ponds starting to fill? No, Vicky, they aren't.
They got water in them, but they're not moving much.
It takes about 6 to 9 inches of rain in about a 2 or 3 hour period here to fill a pond, and make a pond start filling up. The kind of rains we're getting is just slow and steady. They're just soaking in the ground. Nothing runs off.
Cindy said a little jig for us.
Yeah, Daniel.
Sienna said I plead the fifth.
Oh, she pleads the fifth. Okay. See, I'm totally clueless as to what Wanda done.
Cass says music, dance. Come on.
Yeah. I have no idea. All I'm doing, I'm dealing with a kidney stone right now, and it's hurting.
No dirty dancing.
And I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but
okay.
Wild Turkey, there are no knives on Etsy anymore. We put a pile of them up, and they sold in about, an hour?
Less than an hour.
Less than an hour. Every knife we put up on Etsy sold.
And I kept up a few for us to use in giveaways and stuff in the future. And so we have several things coming up that we do want to probably give one away. And besides, I like so many of them. And Danny's like, you can't keep them all.
Yeah, she's like, let's keep this one. I said, Wanda, you can't keep all these knives. No, And
thank y'all for the happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a good Mother's Day tomorrow. Emperor says dance party.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny's kidney stone just hit the last hour.
Last hour. I've been over at Deep South. I finally, guys, I want to praise the Lord. I finally have got down all the flooring in that giant home. now I'm going back putting the thresholds over everything, getting all that done, and I think that maybe that's what's been causing
where
it.
they can see where it looks like. That's the dining room now.
Okay, hold it still. That's the dining room.
I don't know what else I didn't take pictures of everything, but I was trying to see the living room.
Yeah. This is the entrance into the, there's a front door coming into the living room.
You got it done, and I don't know if I took pictures of everything now. I showed y'all some, the bedroom. I don't know if the kitchen.
Oh,
There's the kitchen.
There is that's the kitchen right there.
And he got all the little rooms done and stuff.
Everything.
So it's looking nice. He's just got to finish up a little bit, and that part will be behind us. I'm working on cleaning.
Yeah,
and
I've spent about 2 weeks walling around on the floor.
Off and on, yeah.
Off and on about 2 weeks just walling around on the floor, putting in that new flooring and everything.
And I went through and made a whole list. I'm a list person. So I went room to room, did all my checks, and now I'm going to go back room to room and check off all these things that need doing in order to make sure everything gets done. And then we'll be on to the outside, right?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Jen, we were just showing pictures of the house where I finished all the flooring in it.
Yeah, it's looking good.
3B Homestead said, what kind of flooring was it before? It was a antimicrobial snap lock wood flooring that was in it, and we went through and took all that out of the house and did away with it and come back and put the new vinyl flooring down in it. So it's been a challenge. Let me tell you what, it's been a challenge, but it's actually been not bad, really.
It went together really well.
All this flooring, the seams have glue on every one of the seams that I've put together. And when you put it in there, now you're not getting it back apart. When you hammer that baby in and lock it down,
it has that extra protection.
It's got that extra glue on it, so it's not going to separate. It's not going to move. And
and I've been dealing with this toothache since last Thursday morning.
Yep.
Well, no, there is no tooth. It was last Thursday week ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had the extraction done on Friday. I went through all last weekend with a toothache, with no tooth. Monday I called them. They told me just to put heat and take meds.
Yep.
Tuesday I finally just told them I had to come in, and they went in and said I had a dry socket, and the medicine and stuff helped, but I still have pain. It is still not going away, so there's still something there going on. It's not as bad as it was, but it still hurts at times. So I have not kept up with everything. We did put a video up on a giveaway of one of the Red Sky knives and a shirt from Carrie. Danny's daughter Carrie has a t-shirt store called RCF Designs. I think I got it right, but my moderators can put it up.
We've got the cards, Jan.
Yeah, I did get the card, thank you. And so RCF Designs, Carrie made some new shirts, and I haven't gotten them yet because I hadn't felt like getting out, but she is supposed to be mailing them to me, or if she comes to Wiggins tomorrow, we'll get them from her somehow or other. But we are giving away one of those t-shirts tonight, and I don't know if I've even got the design. I didn't think about, I've not been doing too much. We will, I don't need it. We did a video on Pecan Grove.
Yeah, we done a video on Pecan Grove about it, yeah.
And we're going to do a video for next week announcing the winners. We should have done it in the last couple of days and just have not done it yet.
Vicky, no, the white Pakistan mulberry died above the graft. It has everything below the graft has come out. It's about 2 foot tall. I had to just go ahead and cut the center out of it because it was all dead. And so now it's just bunching out at the ground coming up.
Jan said she had 9 teeth pulled this week. I'm about ready to tell them to just take it all out and let's do something.
She's talking about get the kind of teeth she can pull herself.
Yeah, I can take them out myself if I have to. If it hurts beyond that, then there's something else going on.
Yeah.
At least I've had toothache since I was 6, and bad toothache. So when I get a toothache, I may not have it for years, but when I get one, you can say it's going to be bad. So next week we will announce the winners for the T-shirt and the knife.
Yeah.
All right. So what else you got going on?
Well, we did the video on the sweet corn and the Jimmy Red, and guys, we had a windstorm come in and blow the Jimmy Red, a lot of it down.
Yeah.
And
we got a video coming up
I'm
on
getting so
the...
drunk I can't hold my head up.
All right, well, just close your eyes for a minute. His eyes is messing up.
Eyes messing up.
We'll have a video on the garden showing what the wind did. Thankfully, not a lot. We were blessed that the wind was not as strong as some people got, and we got no hail.
No, we get no hail. Now, it did blow down some of the deep ryegrass that I had in the field out there. It blew a lot of it down, and we did not want that to happen, and we weren't here when it happened. We were actually away from home when it happened. So I don't know what happened,
Stephanie, I finally give up the candy corn habit. I put up on Patreon that I showed my candy corn. I had to dump it out today. I had some of that corn for,
oh my word, for
right at 8 years.
I think say at least 8 to 9 years.
And some of it was 5 and 6 years old. I had 30 something varieties, and I decided it had to go. We weren't going to keep that collection because it's starting to mellow out, and some of it was still as hard as it was the day I put it in there. But some of the varieties were mellowing out some, so it needed to go. So the candy corn obsession is gone.
Yeah, really over here at Pecan Grove, we don't have anywhere to put it.
No.
Not
well,
really.
I mean, I could make somewhere, but what's the point? It was getting bad. It needed to go.
Yeah.
So I could start a new obsession, like collecting blue dishes.
No, you could.
If I can never find my cabinet.
Yeah.
Heidi knows what I'm talking about. And I have showed pieces on here, so I know some of the ladies remember what I'm talking about.
Author says, was the Musaki sweet potato one you liked or didn't like? The Musaki was actually, it's got a purple skin on the outside, but it's a white flesh on the inside. Now, we did use it for sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good for that, and we used it for something else. What
Stir fry.
Stir fry. It worked out pretty good for that.
Because you don't need that sweet taste in either one. The fries were more like French fries more than they were sweet potato fries. So, you're used to both. It doesn't matter.
Right. So that, that worked out pretty good for us.
Oh, I would not have wanted to vacuum seal 8-year-old candy corn and auction it off.
No. I had all my wisdom teeth took out at one time, surgically removed. They didn't pull them, they surgically removed. They put me to sleep, took them out. And that was the only way they could do mine. Mine were grown into my jawbones and everything, so they had to knock me out and do it.
Clove oil has been my saving grace. Danny told me a while ago when I was putting some on, he said, you're going to have to invest in some more of that.
I told her, you're going to invest in some more clove oil, because she's constantly putting that clove oil in her mouth.
Like every 2 to 3 hours, just about it.
Susie Q said, my Cocozelle are still only making male blooms. Any suggestions? Well, ours is doing exactly the same thing, but today I did see the beginning of some new little baby zucchinis about that long. So there might be hope after all.
Miss Gail, what did she say?
I gotta find her.
Down at the bottom.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Danny. Ms. Wanda, I thought you was going to give us a dance video when the dog monitor started playing music. Oh, that's what it was. Oh.
He's just now catching on,
okay,
guys.
because I was like, I don't remember doing anything, but I did.
I took that little clip out and threw it up really quickly a while ago.
Oh, did you? Okay. See, guys, I don't ever know what's happening. I just rattle a chain around here, you know what I mean?
Rickwin96 says, loved your video, the dog monitor radio, don't tell the deer or they will be
listening to the rock station.
Listening to a rock station. That is true. They probably would change it just because they don't like the guns.
I don't know. I did not know that was on there. You know, I mean...
No, I know you ran through it.
I know you can program your own stuff on there and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't do that. The dog barking one, we said, well, that's plenty good, you know.
And maybe that's just a little piece that's on there that makes it sound like a radio's playing and it plays over and over. We didn't leave it on long enough to see.
Yeah, well, I didn't run through the whole thing either. Because when I heard the dogs barking and the guns are shooting, I was like, that's what I want right there.
Yeah, that's true. We never really checked anything.
We didn't really check the rest of it out, you know.
It was kind of funny.
Because I did make one, but I didn't ever use it. I had one because you can record your own voice on it, and I had one that says, "Stop! Don't move, or I'll shoot." You know, and after I got to thinking about it, I said, you know, if I put that up and some poor soul walks up and that thing goes off, every time they move, it'll say that, you know, and I might find them there the next morning still holding their arms above their head, you know. I was like,
Jeff Jackson says, put on your boogie shoes and dance, Danny.
Yeah, if I don't quit hurting, I'll be doing some dancing, all right.
Brenda said, love the party music in the field.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we picked beans twice this week. I think we
picked them three times.
Well, 3 times.
We picked snap beans 3 times, 2 good times.
Mm-hmm. I canned 5 quarts one day and 5 quarts today.
Yeah.
So
they're actually they're doing pretty good.
So that's 10 quarts, and I was putting them in pints.
Yeah.
So that gives us a little bit more beans and not taking up as much shelf space. That's one thing I'm trying to do too. So
Sienna Holmes says, I don't have any wisdom teeth. Am I lacking in wisdom? Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I'm not smart enough. They took all my wisdom teeth out. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem.
Probably.
Never thought about that.
What else have we done this week? We've pretty much been at Deep South.
We've been at Deep South putting down flooring all week.
Going back and forth to the dentist.
And going back and forth to the dentist.
And the doctor.
And you had to go have blood work done, sit in the doctor and argue with them. And then...
no, I didn't have to argue with the doctor.
No, when we was at the doctor's office, I'm sitting there...
fine.
No, I'm sitting...
Dentist. It was
I'm sitting in the doctor's office with Wanda. And I know the doctor personally because I knew him when he came to this country from India. And I'm sitting there, and he comes walking in, and he says, Brother Danny, he says, how's your horse? And I sit there, I said...
I looked at Danny so funny.
I said, brother, I don't have a horse. I raise cows. He says, no. He said, with that beard, he said, you look like Hidalgo from TV, you know. And it took me a minute to remember the movie, you know. But he was dying laughing. He said, you look just like the guy on Hidalgo.
Miss Nadia's asked us a couple of times, the frozen beans, do you blanch them before you can them? Usually I take them out and put them in hot water for just enough to turn the beans to room temperature. I don't really cook them or anything, but I do put them in hot water and then put them in the jars. And it will make them go limp, so you get more beans in a jar. So that is a plus.
Oh, Mr. John said he did 25 pints of beans today.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's what we're used to doing, quite a few pints at a time, but doing them in the containers, we don't have as many beans, but it's with all that's going on, it's a good thing that I'm having a few along instead of a whole bunch at one time. So we'll know this year how many containers we need of beans for next year.
Yeah, Nostradamus says, when we were teenagers, my sister had her wisdom teeth pulled. She wanted to know why, and I said, the dentist realized you were an airhead with no wisdom. My mother almost died laughing. Oh, man. Tim said he planted the Caribbean bunching slips today in a super sack. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Ours are looking really good.
Ours look pretty good. I mean,
Mr. Name, I done forgot the man's name that we got the sweet potatoes from.
Mr. George.
George, from George's Plant
Yeah.
Farm. We did a video that come out probably Monday, and ours are looking really, really good. They're all standing up. We didn't have any problems with them. This rain has been good.
The rain and the cool weather has been really nice for us. But let me tell you something. Starting next week, our heat index is going to be 104. And then the week after that, they have us for 101, 103, 104, 101. So we got just... all good things have to come to an end, you know, and it's not off schedule that bad, because I look back on my records and we're right about the time when the heat starts coming in, and that's why I got our crops in as early as I did.
Miss Nancy, I do like the electric canner. It gives me time, and I don't have to sit and watch something, because when you're canning on a stove, you don't want to walk away. And my brain has gotten, in the last year or two, pretty foggy, and I'll start something and I'll walk away and come back and I'll be like, oh man, I like to burn something because I forgot it. So I really like the electric canner, because it means I can walk away once I get it set and not deal with it.
Ronald says, does Miss Wanda ever use sorghum molasses in her cooking? We use it on hot biscuits. Well, we don't have sorghum molasses here, but we have Deep South Homestead cane syrup, and we do use it. I eat cane syrup almost every day of my life. Now, Wanda doesn't eat it quite as often as I do, but she does use it in things.
Yeah, I make some things, and we use the cane syrup in several different recipes. Plus, I have maple syrup that people sent me, and I use maple syrup almost every day. I just like my maple syrup. Yeah. I grew up with maple, and I love it.
Yeah, and this whole week, I've got to cut hay this coming week, and it's gonna be miserably hot. But I guess it will be it'll be good weather, you know, for baling hay. I hope. It's just aggravating that it can't be like 65 degrees and low humidity. Instead, it's going to be 100 and something. It'll be 90 something degrees with 100 and something degree heat index, high humidity.
Okay, so a couple of questions. One, the giveaway on the knife and the shirt will be announced Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
One of those days.
Maybe Tuesday or something, but we will announce that on Pecan Grove. The other is Todd, I think, would have liked to gotten one of the Bear & Sons trapper knives. Yes, we are thinking about for Christmas. They'll come out probably October to November. It's according to when we can come up with a design, and I can get with them and have them make us some knives, because I know Christmas is going to be a very special time for them, and they'll be doing a lot of things. So I've got to get it to them pretty quick in order to have it before then. And so we will probably do 2 different types of knives, some for Deep South, some for Pecan Grove at Christmas. So be thinking about that.
Sweet Pea said, got my sweet potatoes from George's farm this week, and I was really disappointed. The box was all beat up and the slip leaves were brown, and some did not have roots yet. Nothing like yours. Now, the box being beat up and all that has nothing to do with George's. If you go back and watch Joey from JT West, he got his from Steel Company, and it looked like somebody took the box and just jumped up and down on it. He said, thank you, UPS or whatever it was, you know,
FedEx or
whoever it was that destroyed his sweet potatoes. When they leave their place, they're in mint condition. I can attest to that, because we've got them 2 or 3 different times, and every time they've been perfect.
Now, some of them did not have as many roots as you might like, but just put them in water.
That's normal to get some that don't have roots on them with any company you go with. All you got to do is take those and stick them over in some water and some soil, or some wet soil or something in a pot or something like that, and within 2 or 3 days they'll have roots all over them. So that's not a big thing. But now for Christmas also, I am going to be trying to design some knives myself. I don't know just yet whether they'll be a knife you can use in the kitchen. They'll be fixed blade knives. They won't be a foldable knife or nothing like that. They'll be a fixed blade knife. I'm working with a company right now trying to get the metal and the stock to be able to build these knives out of. It's just depending on whether I can make all this come to fruition or not.
Yeah. What brand of electric canner? It is a Presto electric canner. It holds 5 quarts or 6 pints. I think it's 6 pints. Or 8 pints.
No, it'd be 8 pints. It'd be 5 quarts and 8 pints.
8 pints, yeah. I don't like cannon. A lot of people talk about the All-American canner. I've never wanted one. I don't want the big heavy stuff. I don't want to have to deal with it. And I don't like stacking my stuff one on top of the other because, number one, you got to have a lot of produce in order to have enough ready to do that double stack. And I do small amounts at a time. I'd rather do small, have it over with, and out of my way.
Yeah, my new Tennessee home says, looks like hay is going to be tough. Rain forecast every 2 days for the foreseeable future. That's what we've been going through here for the last month. I have yet to find 3 days in a row until this coming week. You know, this coming week we're supposed to have 3 or 4 days with no rain, with intense heat. So maybe, if the grass isn't messed up too bad out here now, the seeds are already done dried and are falling off of it. So I know it probably won't have a lot of nutritional value, but at least maybe it'll be some good hay.
Emerald said, I didn't get enough green peas. Can I plant more in the fall?
It depends on where you live at. If you live too far up north, probably not. If you live in the middle of the country, you probably can. If you live in the deep south, you probably can't.
Yeah. We may try some green beans late.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for us to get English peas because we are really hot for long periods of time, and then we have 3 or 4 days of cold, and then we're really hot. So English peas don't have too much of a chance here where we live in the fall.
Yeah.
We don't have our normal fading into winter type weather.
Yeah, we don't hardly ever have a true fall or a true spring or anything like that. We just go from intense cold to intense heat usually.
Most everybody's saying their sweet potatoes from George was really good. Yeah, and some people, it doesn't matter how many people order something from one company, somebody's going to get something that is not as good as somebody else. It just happens. That's life.
Texas Chopper said he harvested his first snowball cauliflower today. Awesome! I love to see people when they're when they begin to harvest. You know, that's the name of the game. You can plant all you want. Mm-hmm. You can grow the beautiful plants, but until you harvest, you have not succeeded until you harvest.
Yes, and so it's been pretty nice. Everything's green around here. That's what Danny and I have been just loving the green.
We picked blueberries today.
We did.
I was out here.
He's giving all my videos away for next week. So
I mean,
watch and say, Danny's done talking about all that.
Y'all watch. I mean, 'cause today I was out just in between my chores. I always make a trip through the blueberries and check on them, you know, through the blueberry orchards. And I drove by one tree and I looked and I saw blue all over it and I was like, uh-oh. So I went home and told Wanda, and that was early this morning. And I told her, I said, look, I've got to go to Deep South to work. And so when I went over there by myself, she had to stay here and can beans and stuff. I said, I'm going to go down and check the ones at Deep South because they're about knee deep in grass and stuff down there because I haven't mowed them. And I walked down there and got to looking, and them blueberries was all over them trees. I was like, oh my goodness. I picked a half a bowl because I wanted something to use in my oatmeal in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Most everybody likes the Presto canner.
Yeah.
I have not, I've seen the Nesco. I have not heard anybody say anything about the Nesco electric canner. If you want to know about canners, Rose Red did a video, I believe, comparing. And Nesco is probably one of them, but I know the Presto canner was one, and I can't remember what else she was comparing. But if you want to check it out, check Rose Red's video out about those canners, and might give you a little insight into it.
Mr. John said he found 6 ripe blueberries today, and then Anne Marie says she's been harvesting fresh strawberries every day and snap peas. we've been picking strawberries. I mean, we've had some really nice strawberries.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robert Mitchell says, Danny, does your worm tea box produce its own liquid, or do you have to add water to it? I lightly water the top tray on my worm factory about 3 times a week. I just lightly water it, and as that water filters down through there gradually, by the weekend, I will have about 4 pints of worm tea to add to my plants. And I'm telling you, you can ask Wanda, it is making a world of difference.
Okay, so some people do have the Nesco and they like it, and somebody's saying Carrie. I don't know if Carrie is a different type of canner. See, I only know the Presto. Miss Lippy has the Presto, and she kind of was explaining about it, and I liked it, so.
Oops says, no fruit here yet, just except mulberries. Our mulberries have been gone for,
Well, there was one fell in the garden from that giant tree this week, because I said, where did we get a mulberry?
That is true. We have a giant mulberry tree coming in the driveway here. It's like 40 foot up in the trees up there.
I mean, I knew it was there, but I didn't know it was
And we've
producing.
never been able to get any mulberries off of it, but this past week, Wanda found one laying in the garden where a bird had took it off. So there are probably still some on that tree. I don't know what kind it is, but it did have a few on it. I know that.
Okay.
Okay, Terrence says, what are your thoughts on the Bartman bush type sweet potatoes? Actually, to be honest with you, I love those sweet potatoes. The Bartman bush potatoes are really a good potato. Now, whether they'll grow anywhere other than central Mississippi or South Mississippi or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But they do grow good here because we have grown them before. Yeah. And that we love them. Now, Ronald Hagan says, Danny, what do you use for ticks? Well, Ronald, we don't have ticks here for some reason. I think
many years.
I thank the good Lord above. It's been years since we've had any ticks around our place. I've not seen any in, goodness, what has it been, about 5 or 6 years?
The last time I can remember us even noticing a tick would been when we had ruin. That's been 12 years ago.
At least 12 years ago. That's the last time.
12 years ago.
That is the last time we have seen a tick.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I'm always laying all over the ground everywhere. I'm in the woods all the time, and I may find one tomorrow, but if I do, it'll be the first one we found in 12 years here.
We've also harvested several zucchini.
Oh yeah, we did this week. We did harvest some Black Beauty zucchinis. Now we have some cocozelles
they're getting there.
About that long on ours, but they're not quite big enough yet.
What else have we harvested? Oh, I harvested, what's the little orange?
Calamandan orange.
Yes, we're having some of those turning. I got 3 or 4 I need to get tomorrow.
Yeah.
The calamandans are starting to turn.
Chris says, well, you found me.
I'm glad Jen's doing better.
I'm just glad Jen's doing better. I'm really.
She made it through her surgery, so we want to remember Chris's Jen.
James Carter says, fire ants got all the ticks. I haven't seen one in years. And that is a thought.
That's possible. Maybe they have a good point.
Maybe the fire ants are useful for something. I mean,
we haven't found a use yet, but that might be one.
Jan says, possums eat ticks. I've heard that my whole life. I've never actually witnessed it. Of course, I kill every possum I see, and I don't know that would have an bearing on where we're at here, but...
Well, and I've also harvested a few...
Tim says he's eating cocozelle tonight.
Well, you had some for lunch. I don't think you ate... Did you eat any for supper tonight? Yeah. You had some...
Yeah, okay. I ate the Black Beauties tonight.
I harvested some radishes. Mine didn't do really well, but I did get a few, so I've got a few radishes. I have some more of the yellow wax beans to put on the grill, and somebody was asking for a short clip of that, so if I do that, I might try. I just didn't feel like videoing much last week. What do I do with those oranges, the calamundans? They're just a little bitty tangy, almost lemony taste, and I love that taste, so I just eat them. So if I get very many of them, I'll probably freeze them.
Yeah, Grand T says possums eat turkey eggs too. Yes, that's since I've killed as many possums as I have here, we are noticing a comeback in the quails, the turkeys, and the rabbits, and all that kind of stuff. I've killed out all the foxes. I might have one fox left. Skunks, possums, coons, all that kind of stuff. All the good wildlife is making a comeback.
The quail and the...
You'll hear the quails in our videos a lot because they're really making a comeback. Really good.
And you saw a rabbit the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw a rabbit down by the fruit orchard the other day. Howard and Renee said they've been eating yellow squash almost every day. We will be eating some probably the first of the week. We got some about this long, maybe.
And a lot. I mean, quite a few of them. So next week we should have yellow squash. The Red Cup, a friend of ours, when we did one of the gatherings,
yeah,
Randy, he passed away a few years ago, but at the gathering he gave us these cups. His brother owns the... Yeah,
his family.
His family owns
the saw shop here in Wiggins.
Yeah, and they sell Skag.
They sell Skag lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Randy gave these to us
several years ago.
Hey, Alabama says, I have armadillos here. I don't like them digging holes everywhere. As a matter of fact, there's a gun leaning in the corner right over here. When I leave tonight, I'm going to make my nightly patrol around this 40-something acres out here in the middle of the night. And I'm going armadillo, possum, skunk, coon, fox, coyote, anything that's on that don't benefit me gets shot. You know, so I'm getting rid of everything. I'm about to start squirrel hunting because I seen a squirrel in my garden the other day.
Yeah, y'all, I don't feel real well. I'm still dealing with the tooth, with the ache. I don't know. There's no tooth there, but there's still problems.
Lisa P says, hi, favorite people. What can I do about coons pinching off my corn once it grows corn? You have to shoot them. That's what I tell people. You have to eradicate these animals. They won't stop. They won't stop. They'll destroy all your hard work. You just got to cowboy up and get rid of them, you know?
Yeah, once they find a food source, they come back. And Danny's got to set a trap tonight.
Yeah, and Sienna says, we have so many foxes here that ate all the rabbits here. Haven't seen one in 25 years.
Ooh.
Well, we bought this property 2 years ago. We did not see one rabbit on the property. We did not see any quails. We didn't see anything like that. And guys, I went on a vengeance at night for months on end, up all during the night. Literally, I'm going to use the word slaughtering wildlife at night. And as a result, last year, we had one of the best turkey hatch-offs we've ever had. And this year, we've had one of the best quail hatch-offs we've ever had. And now we're seeing rabbits everywhere. So thankfully, hopefully, I'm going to be able to stay on top of it now. Because this place has been let sit here for almost 30 years. And nobody done anything. And none of the neighbors around here shoot anything either.
No, they used to.
They used to, but they're in their 70s and 80s, and they don't get out at night and do anything anymore.
Brandy, no. My Tennessee home said, what can I do about voles?
Voles, I don't know if castor beans work for voles like they do moles. Now, I have a mole trap that will work on voles or moles. You know, but I don't know beside that. Vicky's Garden Gal says, can I catch a fox in a live trap? Vicky, you can if you have the big trap, but you've got to be really, really sharp because a fox never stops moving. I used to be a trapper, and I used to trap them all the time and skin them out and sell them. You got to be really good at trapping to catch a fox. You got to be even better to catch a coyote.
Carolyn says she's been eating Malabar spinach that's too hot for regular spinach. I actually have regular spinach growing, and we've had regular spinach a couple of times over the last week. So we've been harvesting quite a bit when you think about it. I didn't realize how much we actually were harvesting right now and eating fresh, because we're so busy and dealing with everything we've been dealing with till you grab something and go and you don't think too much. But
now we are probably going to be in maybe a week. But if we go into these 100-something degree temperatures next week like they're talking about, our potatoes will all die and we'll be ready to harvest potatoes, you know.
When you're 65 and the new kid on the block, that's a pretty cool neighborhood. It is, because
it is.
We probably are that one.
We're the youngest people on the neighborhood. Well, if you call it a neighborhood, our neighbors are way far away from us, but we're the coolest, we're the youngest people on the neighborhood.
Until you get around to another road.
Jennifer says, I remember the coyote under our house. You remember that. I had to crawl up under after I shot that joker. I had to crawl up under and get him out. Yeah. Prep for Eternity said their cats have done an amazing job in helping them out with voles. And cats will. They are good about that.
Jessica, I've tried everything. I did all the things the dentist has told me, and I keep trying different things. They did give me an antibiotic, and all the meds make me sick. Every one of them make me sick. But I have to deal with it the way I can deal with it. I can't take some of the meds that they gave me.
Right. Yes. Wanda, she does have an issue. See, I don't take them. I don't take meds because they mess with me mentally pretty bad and physically. And if I'm not on my game 100%, I won't take anything.
Miss Lippy's garden is beautiful. She has a lot going on in her little tubs and stuff. If anybody wants to know container gardening, Lippy's been doing it for a good while, and she has a beautiful, and she designed it really well.
Yeah,
and stuff's growing really well, and she's already harvested. She harvested some jalapenos today, and that's something else. Danny and I have harvested jalapenos. My grape leaves are curling up on one plant. Any suggestions? That's great.
We're actually having something similar to that happening to ours outside. Now, it's not happening to the grapes in the high tunnel. It's only happening to the ones outside, which makes me believe that it's something coming down. It did not start happening until it started doing all this raining, which makes me believe that they've put something in the atmosphere that is actually affecting the leaves of the plants.
You said Robert said his was doing that too.
Yeah, we had a friend not far from us out here who said that he has experiencing exactly the same thing since it started raining. Robert Mitchell says, Danny, are you ever going to raise more pigs? Right now, Mr. Chris is raising some pigs for us. I'm not saying I won't ever do it in the future, but right now, I sold Chris a pig raising facility, and it is so fine. I'm gonna tell you, it is probably the most elite pig pen system anyone has ever seen. It's all stainless. It's just immaculate. It comes from the United States military, and it is probably one of the best pig raising facilities you've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Yes, I usually make my own colloidal silver, and I do the colloidal silver. I've tried. Now, Copaiba, I have not tried that because I did not even think about that, but I do have the Copaiba oil. All right, so what are we doing?
Hey, Alabama says, when I go outside at night, I see when they spray, it looks like snow, sometimes big pieces, sometimes fine pieces. Wanda and I do that occasionally. We go out on a clear night, and we shine the flashlight and just sit there and hold it, and especially with one of these O-lights, the beam is so intense, and you look and it looks just like it's snowing down through that beam. You see all these little particles just floating down, and the light is reflecting off of them, so you know they're metallic. And our friend Robert, actually, after the snow this past year, he was sharing this with us the other night, that he took a magnet and ran it over the snow, and a lot of the snow particles stuck to the magnet.
And he saved it.
And he saved it. He actually did a video on it, and he actually saved it. He said it. You know, it amazed me that he did that. I didn't even think about that.
Lippy's channel is Miss Lippy. I think it's MSLIPPY. Somebody put Allison, I think, put the link. Allison, can you throw the link up again for Miss Lippy's channel?
Tim says, we're about to farrow. Is Chris ready for more? Chris has...
He has all he needs right now?
Yeah, I think he's filled them all up right now. I think he went and bought...
3
or 4 pigs the other day to go in them.
Pamela asked him for prayers for her dad for kidney biopsy. I did have my blood work done this week, and they did call and said everything was looking okay, so no issues with the blood work right now. So let's see.
Let's see here. Actually, I see some comments about the Cherokee tans. Our Cherokee tans have pumpkins all over them, guys. I have never seen
that many
pumpkins on a Cherokee tan vine this early in the season without one male bloom. There is not one male bloom on any of them Cherokee tans, and every one of them pumpkins are already like this big around, and if they don't pollinate, they just shrivel up and fall off. So these are already, what, 2 inches?
They're maybe 2
inches in diameter.
And then lots of blooms with little pumpkins
everywhere. So something's pollinating them, whether it's the squash next to them, and they may end up having a horrible taste being pollinated by the other squash. I don't know, because I don't remember if they're Kirkamochadas or Kirkabitas. I don't remember if I know which one the Cherokee tan is.
George, I'm so sorry. George said he just ordered his wife the electric canner. He said watching y'all tonight's costing him money.
Oh!
Sorry.
Happy
Mother's Day.
Yeah, but let me tell you, brother. Happy wife, happy life. Once she gets used to it, she's going to thank you so much, and she's going to do something to just make you really appreciate it. I promise you.
So, those things, I mean, the only problem that I found with them is do not can when you are in a thunderstorm or something like that and the power goes out. Because if it's in the process of canning and the power goes out, you have to start all over again. And that's happened to me one time, so I've learned if it's going to thunder, I'll ask him if are we going to have any rain or anything before I start, because like this week when I waited till all the rain was gone and then I started.
Wow, lots of people here saying, let's see here. Howard Renee said their butternut squash are doing the same thing. Stacy Weiser said my Cushaw squash have been doing the same thing.
Putting on the females first?
Putting on nothing but the female blooms.
Wow.
See guys, there's something going on.
That don't happen normally.
That's not normal. Now, we'll talk about this at the end of the thing tonight, why I think it's going on. But if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's right, Vicky. If Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Happy life.
Dana Green says, have you considered a collection of Cherokee seeds, the Trans Trail of Tears, and wax beans topped off with Danny corn? Dana, we actually did that one year. We did the whole Cherokee garden.
In my high tunnel.
In her high tunnel. We did Cherokee pumpkins, Cherokee tan beans, Cherokee yellow wax beans, Trail of Tear beans. The Cherokee white corn.
White something
corn. We did the whole White Eagle corn. We did the whole high tunnel and nothing but Cherokee products. Well,
I mean, now they're not necessarily that was a Cherokee. That might not have been what they did, but that's the name they had. So my high tunnel several years ago was all Cherokee, and I had popcorn, because it was a popcorn. It wasn't
It was a
regular
popcorn,
corn.
yeah.
I grew the pumpkins. My Trail of Tears beans made phenomenal. They actually made twice. I grew Cherokee purple tomatoes. I mean, I had a whole setup. You have to go back and watch. Just type in Cherokee garden or high tunnel something Deep South Homestead.
Terrence B says, any suggestions on what to do about the clear jelly-like substance on my stone fruits, plums, peaches, and nectarines? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you see the little clear jelly-like substance on your peaches, plums, whatever, nectarines, you have worms in them already. And the worms are boring holes in them, and the sap is actually pouring out of it there.
Dana was meaning like to sell as a group thing. I don't know that we have enough seed to put together, because when we put something up, it goes like quickly. I only ordered 50 of those knives, and within an hour, most of them were gone.
All 50 had sold.
Because I had sold 15 the day before, and so they were all gone in no time. If I put up like Danny corn, it's gone within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, usually people have their what would you call it?
Their Etsy cart.
Their Etsy cart. It's already in it, and when
they're ready to go.
And it's ready to go. And when Wanda puts it up, it notifies them, and they purchase it within the first couple of minutes. You know.
And when we do things like a video and talk about like the knife, the first people that watch our video are the first ones that get it. And there's nothing I can do if there's 500 people that would love to have a knife. And so I get all these emails and all these things going, why can't I purchase one? And they're limited. We just do limited things. I don't have the money to buy 5,000 and hope that everybody gets one, you know.
Yeah. There's somebody else. Maria Patterson says, my first time growing butternut squash and no flowers are opening. No male flowers are opening. I have an idea of why it's happening. We'll talk about that later. But let's see here.
There's Palmetto
Paratrooper. Howdy there, my friend. Bare root strawberries can be planted in the fall and get fruit the next spring. Somebody's asking about how long does it take bare roots to come out. The issue with bare roots strawberries is if you plant them and the crown is not in the right position, if it's got too much dirt over it, they'll die. So make sure your crown is where it belongs.
Annette, we are using our electroculture.
Yes.
We have it all through our high tunnel. We're so used to it that we forget to mention it. Lots of times we've got it out in, did you put it in your Cherokee yellow wax beans? Don't some of those have?
Some of them do.
Some of them do and some don't.
Because right now I actually went through and cleaned my whole high tunnel out. We pulled up everything in the high tunnel except our potatoes and eggplants
and grapes
and the grapes, of course. But and I went back and I've replanted the whole high tunnel in peanuts, and I haven't had a chance to go back and put all the electroculture rods back in yet. So they're all in one pile right now. But now, like my grapevine has like 3 or 4 electroculture rods around it, and that thing is loaded. It's the first year loaded with grapes everywhere.
What size wire do you use?
I use number 12 wires. People say you can use number 14, but I have found that number 12 works better.
Stacy, dumb question. How do you tell the difference in a male and female squash flowers?
Well, I mean,
tread quietly now.
I'm going to try to answer this very
diplomatically
and nobly. The female flower actually has the fruit on it. The male flower is nothing but a flower. It just has a stamen in the middle of it, and the female flower actually has the fruit, and you take the little stamen off and you go over inside the little female and you just water it around in there and put the pollen in there, and I'm trying to be, Sex Ed 101? Yeah, it's you know. But it's not a stupid question, you know. I mean, it's actually a very intelligent question if you don't know, you know.
If you've never paid attention, like when the squash come on, the little squash come on and the flower stem comes out and the flower is out here and it opens up, and if there's not a stem with the flower that the bee can get that pollen and bring to this pollen, then this little plant, this little squash, I guess, would fall off.
Lisa said, Danny, cutting my eyes over, laugh out loud.
When you built your raised bed with lumber, did you use KDAT or just regular pressure treated lumber?
I use micronized copper treated lumber, something that's not harmful. It's called micronized copper.
I
never thought I'd see Danny making a hand motion. Oh my goodness. Danny, have you ever had borers get into your eggplant stems? No, I have not.
We have in the squash.
Let's see here. Leslie Harris says, I didn't know either. Jennifer said, YouTube put up an ad after Dad started explaining it. Mary Beth says, Danny's face turned red, laugh out loud. Yeah, I guess it may have. I mean, I was trying to be...
Well, Turkey said, I need a cigarette after that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Van Moose says, wow, what did I walk into?
I was like, T-Bear says, rolling on the floor laughing at Danny's explanation. I was trying to be...
Double A said, all jokes aside,
that's the way it is. I mean, I'm just trying to be, you know.
Yeah, they're asking Jennifer, have you heard the birds and bees talk already? Did you and Jennifer have that talk?
Yeah, we did. We actually did. Do y'all minimize Danny corn before you grind it? No, we do not, Leghorn. I know it's more nutritious if you do, but we don't mix up the live water and we don't run it through the nixtamization or anything like that. That's really good if you do it for grits and cornmeal and stuff like that, but we don't have time to do that.
She said you didn't explain it like that.
No, I did not explain it like that. Oh my goodness.
I ought to film her one day explaining how you told her. That would probably been a riot.
It probably was. She
probably remembers more than
I'll put it to you this way. I did a better job than my daddy did with me. Paratrooper said my favorite part was just wandering around in there. Okay. I'm not supposed to laugh, y'all. Laughing's not good for me.
Does it keep the pain going, or is it hurting?
No. Well, the Bible says laughter is a good medicine, so I guess
it'll stop the pain.
It makes a good thing. Okay. Oh.
Yes, Darlene, that's what I think. It could be a piece of bone is in there, and it's working its way out because I've had several people tell me that that's happened to them before, including Danny. So I just gotta let it go a while, I guess.
Oh, Jennifer put up just water around in it there. There you go. That's the best way I knew how to put it, guys.
Oh, before I forget, we got coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Silver Run Coffee Crafters. Our friends with the coffee. We wanted to do a special Mother's Day basket or a gift little thing. And so I'm going to add coffee into it. And so y'all tell me who wants to try coffee tonight. And Danny's going to try and catch me something because my eyes are starting to mess up. And I had to put my eye surgery off until next month.
Yeah.
So I'm just falling apart, y'all.
Wanda's just falling apart on me. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. You know, I'm older than she is, and I just figured marrying a younger woman that she'd just outlast me, but I'm beginning to wonder about that.
All right, you got to pick me somebody. Pick me somebody. It's going by and my eyes are messing up.
Wanda's eyes are messing up. Well, your eyes are messing up. I can't even see. You're telling me to do this. Oh my goodness.
Just grab me somebody that I hadn't already sent it to.
I don't know who you sent anything to. Have you seen anything to Idaho Hoosier?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're gonna go with Idaho Hoosier. I think that's probably the furthest away we've sent any coffee.
I don't know. We've sent it to quite a few places. That's pretty. So Idaho Hoosier, send me your email. I mean, send me your address
Don't pick me.
at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, and I will send you some coffee and maybe a couple other things with it if
my goodness.
if I can get there. And I'll let you pick the coffee. Go over to Silver Run Coffee Crafters. It'd be silverruncoffee.com, I think is how it's listed. And pick out the type coffee that you would like. That way you get to pick your own, and that will give you your Mother's Day. It'll be a little late, but you'll know it's coming in a few days.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, their coffee's amazing.
Their coffee is amazing.
I had my last piece of
I wish I could go out to their place and say, I want 100 packs of coffee, and come on a live stream and sit down here and just start writing down names and just send it to everybody. I mean, I wish I could do that.
They would love you for that.
I'm sure they would.
Okay,
I'm sure
Danny,
they
now
would.
100 packs of coffee. Give us a little while.
Yeah. I've actually thought about that. I mean, I don't care about money. Money doesn't mean anything to me. So I usually give away more than I keep. But I love just seeing people. It's like I tell Wanda all the time. I said, if you see something and want it, just buy it. I don't.
They're
I don't
Silver
worry
Run
about it.
Coffee Crafters, best at the coffee fest. They've been at a coffee
festival in Jackson and just made it back a little while ago.
Okay, I'll get with you on Idaho Hoosier's pick and address and what we're gonna do to make their. They said let's do it. 100 of them. What kind of coffee you want?
Oh,
a variety pack.
Who said let's do it?
Silver Run Coffee
Crafters. Oh, Silver Run Coffee Crafters.
Danny's not even reading.
I can't see half of what's going on here.
Yeah, support. We like to support.
I like to support our small local businesses. I really do like that. That.
Leslie says everybody needs coffee after all that wallering around in the garden.
Yeah. I'm the kind of person, I learned years ago, I've been wealthy and I've been poor. And I was the same person when I had money, and I'm the same person when I didn't have money. It did not change me. I've never been one of them kind of people who, just because I had money, I was stuck up or anything like that. It's never been that way with me. And for that attitude, God has always blessed me. And I've been able to bless a lot of people.
Never say something like a sample pack. We may do that. I may get with Rebecca and maybe next week we may do like a sample pack. I don't know how. I think the 4 ounces is as small as she has.
Yeah.
So we may do like 2 or 3 in a thing. Dark roast, espresso, regular roast, medium roast. I think is what it is. And let people try 2 or 3 different ones.
Yeah, I'm thinking we may have to get with y'all, Brad and Rebecca, and let's just see what we can come up with.
We have our smoked coffee.
Because what would 100 packs cost?
4 ounce.
4 ounce ones. What would it cost about?
I think they're about. I think they're 4 or 5. I don't know for sure.
Is it around $400 or $500 or something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, that's not bad. So
we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
We'll work something out over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Let us get Deep South kind of.
We got to get Deep South kind of. I've been going scatterbrained over there trying to.
I'm trying to figure out how to get some of their white chocolate coffee. 4 ounce, 4 inch.
4 inch.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right. I was thinking that, but I didn't know if y'all had to go up because of anything.
And the tariffs and all. I didn't know that if y'all had to make up.
The white chocolate, that was something I wanted to be able to do, is for Mother's Day send some of the white chocolate with the coffee in it along with some coffee and stuff, but I haven't had time to do it, and I don't think Rebecca has. They've been running, and we're not sure how it's gonna
let's
go.
I know we're going over our time, But
goes mailing it.
Let's do some polling here right quick. I want to do some polling, okay? Do you prefer, you guys, I'm talking to y'all, do you prefer a dark coffee, a dark roast, a medium roast, or a mild roast? What do you prefer in your coffee, so that if I do decide to do something in the future, I'll know what I'm doing? You know, you like dark, you like medium. I mean, you like
probably have
light.
to use different.
Okay.
Choose dark.
Dark. See, that's what I'm gonna be looking for. Dark, medium, strong, dark.
Would be dark.
Dark.
White chocolate would be
dark, medium, medium, dark, medium, dark, medium,
Medium and dark more than anything.
So
we've got a few mild and
medium and dark is probably more dark than medium. So
now your mediums.
Now my mediums are coming up. I guess they. Okay, mediums and darks.
And a few mild, and a few set espresso.
Yeah. Okay, so
decaf. Now they do have a decaf.
Yes.
I think they still.
They have a waterpress decaf.
What is it called? Something brew.
Mellow brew.
Mellow brew is their decaf.
Okay.
So that kind of gives us an idea.
That gives me an idea which direction.
Jennifer said you sound like an auctioneer.
Oh, really? Okay. Dark will put hair on your chest, Cajun Dog Farm says. I don't have no problem with that. Yeah. My problem is getting rid of the hair.
So we'll play around with it, and we'll all of the above. Coffee, just coffee. That's
coffee.
Just coffee.
There we go. Laura says I want to try their decaf. Their decaf is really good. I mean, I don't drink coffee a lot, but their decaf was really good. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, and Danny loves the white chocolate
I love
coffee in it.
Arthur Leslie says I'll donate $100 toward the coffee. All right, well you just make sure that happens, and we'll make sure it happens on our end. You know.
Yeah. But the white chocolate with that coffee in it storms a brewing coffee. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. I had my last piece today. I've been hanging on to that for a while. One day this week I got a piece out and let Danny have part of it, and I ate part.
Yeah.
We don't do it very often, but just as it's not something you want to sit and eat candy all day. You could, but oh man, it was so fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we've got to wind her up and.
Oh yeah, we're going past our time here, guys. Palmetto Pepper Troop says I'm gonna mail y'all some hot sauce to give away. Come on, brother, mail it on. We'll get rid of it.
Anything we have, we send it out the door.
I send it out the door. I don't hang
Bailey's cream and coffee. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We got let's see here. Looking for a non-GMO, mold-free coffee bean. Have to get away from store-bought. Well, Sean, you need to go over and check out Silver Run Coffee Crafters, because they have a lot of... I don't
think theirs is GMO at all. But I do know they do have one or two that are organic. Most of them may not have the word organic on it, but they are high... I mean, Brad can tell you. If you get in touch with Brad, he can explain the bean to you and the process. He's really good at that, and he don't mind.
Jennifer says they're buying another property in Diamond Head, praying all goes well if it's meant to be.
Oh, wow.
I hope it's not in the flood zone, sweetheart, because Diamond Head's bad about flooding.
Mm-hmm.
Melinda Lemon, marriage and mental health. There we go. Healing the family down back deeper with the Lord. God bless you. Prayers for my need.
All right.
They're locking up some odd reason and painful until I walk it off. Okay. Okay, we're going to go to the Lord in prayer and see if we can't get ourselves going here. Father, we're thankful tonight for your goodness. You've been awesome to us this week, Lord. You've given us just some good rain, nothing severe or anything like that, no flooding or anything, just a good soaking rains, Father, on our land, and we're so appreciative of that. we're appreciative that you've blessed mine and Wanda's health this past week. Miss Wanda's still been fighting that tooth pain though, and we're just praying that she can get over that as quickly as possible. And Lord, I'm sitting here tonight looking, and there's a lot of prayer requests going up tonight. All throughout the whole chat, actually, I've seen some different prayer requests going up. And Father, it's awesome when people come before you and they lay their requests at your feet. And Father, I know that you're just and that you will answer each and every one of them for just for their willingness to mention it and to have enough faith to believe that if they mention something before the Almighty God, the living God, that Father, you would be just and that you would see it and that you would answer it. And Father, the Scripture also teaches us that the prayers of an effectual, fervent person availeth much. And tonight, Lord, we want to lift these people up who's asked all these different prayer requests. I saw some for heart valve surgeries and some for marriages and some for finances and mental health, spiritual health. I've seen all these things just going through here tonight, Lord. And I want to just place them all at the altar. I want to place them all at your feet. And Father, I want you to be able to answer them. And I want the people to be able to come back next week and say, the living God has done this for me. I've been healed, or this has happened, or that has happened, and come back with a praise report, because that's what we're always looking for, is praise reports. We don't want to be like the ones who came and were healed and only one came back to give thanks, Father. We want to be the kind of people that all of us come back and all of us give thanks for the healing that you're going to bring upon us. And Lord, we're asking healing upon our land. Our land is Father, it's sinful. Let's just go ahead and say it. It's sinful. It's in need of you. And the question is, have we gone too far? Has the cup of iniquity been filled like it was with the Amorites in the Scriptures? And then has judgment got to fall now? Are we like Sodom and Gomorrah? Is it time for judgment to fall upon this country? Well, I think if you look around us, you will see that things are beginning to happen, and it's it's an exciting time, but it's also a very scary time for those who don't know the Lord and they don't understand what's going on. Father, we love you, ask that you forgive us, and go with us now, guide and direct every step this week, and everything that our hands find to do this week, Lord, may we do it as though we're doing it unto you. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
I want to wish each one of you mothers a happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. Hopefully you will get to spend it with your loved ones, or at least talk to them, or whatever. Also, disclaimer before Danny gets started, in case they shut us down.
You remember they shut me off last time now.
If he gets started and they shut him down, then we're done. I'm not going to come back on or anything like that.
No.
It will be the end of the broadcast, so I just wanted to wish everybody a good day tomorrow before he gets started, because who knows where he's going.
You don't ever know where I'm going to go with anything.
And
well, actually, guys, since May the 7th through the 11th, we have been in and it's not even the 11th yet, okay, it's still the 10th, through the 11th, we are in a massive solar storm right now. There is serious coronal mass ejections coming off of the sun. I have told you guys this is coming. And as a result of it, the solar winds are hitting the earth at a very high, rapid rate right now. And the earth is trying to absorb as much of this as it can. And as a result, our fault lines are beginning to weaken. And today in Tennessee, the Carolinas, up in there, y'all had a 4.2 magnitude earthquake up there. I think I have mentioned to you all many times in the past that there is a new fault line that they're not telling anybody about that's in the Appalachian Mountain on the western side of the Appalachians. And it runs across up toward New York, up through that way. This is only the beginning. I don't know how to say it any other way. This is just the beginning of things to begin to happen. We're probably going to see more of this happening. There is a line that goes, I guess it's going to be okay for me to say this. There is a line that goes from Colorado across the United States, parallel across the United States, and until it hits the Appalachian Mountain Trail, goes across the New Madrid Fault Line, and actually this goes all the way back to the San Andreas in California, and from there all the way down to the Coast Plates just off of the coast of Central America, and it goes from the Appalachian up to New York, back out into the northern Atlantic up there. Guys, this is only one of the new fault lines that they're talking about. Now, if you will notice, I have mentioned to you guys that the 33rd to 38th parallel through there is where most of the new weather is going to be in the future. And what it is that literally they're saturating the ground in that area through there, because that's where this new fault line is. The ground is being saturated, and when you have saturated soil, the soil becomes unstable, and unstable soil is more likely to give way than non-saturated soil is. Now, there are hardened places, like in Kentucky. There's some hardened off place, what they call hardened places in Kentucky. There is a couple in Colorado, and there's a couple in southern Texas that are what they call hardened places. And these are places that your quote-unquote government is sending key officials to retire to. Let's put it that way. And also, guys, you're going to start seeing people having a lot more headaches, a lot more irregular heartbeats, more anxiety. More people are going to end up on anxiety meds. They're going to end up going to these, you're going to see these facilities for people that are unstable mentally. They're going to become more full of people. And this all has nothing to do with anything other than the tampering or the magnetosphere. The magnetosphere is what controls your brain in lots of ways. And you're going to see this beginning to happen more and more. A lot of people will be getting dizzy. You're not going to be able to walk straight. You're going to think you have vertigo real bad, all these kind of things. And it's nothing more than solar cycle 25. And guys, we can't stop it. We can't do anything about it. It's something that's going to happen. The Bible tells us this is going to happen. God is in control. Don't panic about it. Just keep your prayers to the Lord. There's lots of things going to be happening. My ears ring bad, and because I have a lot of ear ringing, lots of times I feel like I have vertigo, and I'll end up with eye migraines. I'll see the little zigzag things through my eyes will start happening. All of this is nothing more than these solar flares happening. And also what we're going to be experiencing more of is gamma rays are going to be coming out of the earth at an extremely high rate, putting radiation out.
I think one of the, either one of the oceans or something, I can't remember, had a volcano trying to erupt that has not erupted in a long time, and it's making the water hotter. I can't remember which.
I did remember hearing about. I do remember hearing about that. The ocean is heating up from this volcano that's erupting, and this volcano has been asleep for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years.
It's not woke up yet, but it is starting to heat up, which is heating the water. Anytime you start putting fire to water, it boils.
Yeah.
Not that it's to the boiling point, but it is heating. Even 5 degrees is a major difference. You know? So there's so much going on
there. Guys, it's the system that's coming. Okay, I mean, I've told you guys about this in the past, and I feel like I've beaten a dead horse a lot of times, but literally
the coast of Oregon. That one.
Yes, the volcano's off the coast of Oregon. That's right. And look, if you belong to the Lord, you have nothing to worry about. And I'm not going to say that you are not going to experience anything. I'm going to say that you will be taken care of by the living God. You know. So, and it's nothing more than the earth is going through its birthing pains. We're getting closer to that moment in history where the end of this age is going to happen. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it is the end of the church age. Before we'll get ready to go into the millennial reign, we got to go through the tribulation period. So, I mean, these are all things that we have to endure, I guess you should say. So, don't be scared, you know. Just, hey, use wisdom, use some discernment. You know, if they tell you that the water on the coastline is going to raise 15 feet and you live 15 feet below sea level or 10 feet below sea level, make some wise decisions and say, you know what, do I really belong here?
Do I need to move for a little while and do something, or have a backpack?
Have a backup plan, you know?
If you live in an area that is prone to earthquakes and stuff, have a backup plan.
Have a backup plan.
Just like Danny and I, we live in hurricane zone.
Yeah.
If we know a major hurricane's coming in, we have our backup plans.
Yeah.
We know where we're going, what we're doing, or if we're going somewhere, and which way out, if it does major damage, what we've got to do. You always have a backup plan. Now, will it always work right? No. Some of them don't work exactly like you planned, do they?
Yeah.
But
the zigzags, J No More Numbers says the zigzags can be a torn retina. It can be a torn retina. Mine, they told me was eye migraines. You know, when they happen.
He just had his eyes checked.
Just this past week.
A week and a half ago.
Had mine checked.
Nothing there that they can find anywhere. All his eyes, everything looked fine.
Yeah.
So, all right.
They got me a 20/20 vision. I'm a little upset because I've always had better than that, but I'm happy.
Because he's 65.
I'm 65 years old and I still got 20/20 vision. I've always had better than 20/20 vision, and to me 20/20 is not good, but I'm thankful that the Lord has at least allowed me to have as good a vision as I've had for as many years as I've had it.
Yeah. All right, so we've got.
All right, we got to get off here, guys. We done been on way too long. I gotta go. I gotta go set traps and go critter hunting tonight. So
and I gotta go chill for a little bit.
Yeah, y'all have a blessed night, and I hope the mothers all have a happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
All right, this one first.
Yeah.
All right, because y'all, I got to figure this out so I don't mess something up.
No, you got to hit that one and pull that one down.
That's right. Okay. Because last time I was
Right
struggling trying to figure out how to get us off of here. So this time I'm going to try and do it right.
You're going to try to get it right.
Not too bad.
Yeah.